So we're still talking about challenges this month. I have many parents sending in letters letting me know that they're concerned of either behavioral issues at school or when they come home not wanting to get off the bus, biting, kicking, screaming, and all sorts of name calling that's happening inside the home. We're speaking today about children with autism and some of the behavioral challenges that we as parents may have to deal with. Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Griffith. I am your autism parenting strategist, an audiologist, speech language pathologist, and educator for close to 2 decades. Zachary's mom, who was diagnosed about 8 years ago, and I'm also here to help you to learn how to use communication to deal with behavioral issues or challenges at home. So our first thing, and I'll let you know, I deal with it also because as Zachary's getting older, we deal with challenges at different stages of the game. So the first thing I want you to decide, and write this down, get your pen so you can make sure you are fully engaged. Decide exactly what is it that you are working on this month or this week or sometimes this day. Write down what's the challenge that you're working on. Because until you're very clear about what exactly is the behavior that's happening, then you're going to be grasping at straws to get the results. So today, I'm currently working on Zachary using the word shut up. Yes. Every once in a while, he's going through this stage. He's going to be 12 this year. And he's starting to feel, question where it is that I can use certain words and not use certain words. Especially when we live in a place where the television shows it's okay, where students in the school shows that it's okay, and where you'll just see it somewhere in the neighborhood where people, or even in the park, where people are saying the words shut up. I've been telling him from since he was young that I don't like that word, and we don't use that word in our home. We don't use that word towards adults, and we definitely do not use that word towards each other. So he's feeling himself. He's at that point where he's questioning when to use it, when not to use it. I don't want it used at all. So as his mom and as an autism parent strategist, that's exactly what we have been working on probably for the last, I'd say about 4 to 6 weeks. Does he say it often? Absolutely not. Was it being said more before? Yes. Why? Because he kept seeing it on a certain show or shows where it was okay. So my first decision was, this is what I'm working on. I'm working on him reducing words that he knows that's not okay and not being able to say it and be more conscious of it coming out of his mouth and giving him alternatives of what he can say during those moments. So first, the decision is what's the goal we're working on. So write down right now what you're working on this week, this month, or today. Number 2, we want to make sure we're dealing with it with consistency and repetition. So if this is the word that you do not want him to say, if this is the behavior you do not want your child to do, then you have to target your responses with how you're dealing with it. Consistency. Write that word down. Consistently. Because if you are not consistently dealing with the action, and if you're not consistently giving alternatives, ways of responding, alternative ways of him or her using that action, that hand, those words, then they're going to feel sometimes it's okay and sometimes it's not okay. And when you have that state of confusion, that means every time is okay. And that's pretty much what's going to happen. So you have to make sure you, number 1, decide. Number 2, you're consistent and you're doing it repetitively. Not just today, you're doing it tomorrow, the 3rd day, the 4th day, whichever behavioral modification that you're given or that you create at that moment. At times, you may need help from a behavioral specialist. At times, you may need help from a speech language pathologist or an autism parent strategist. And we could always create that specific goal, that specific action that you're moving towards together. Each situation is unique. So for me to give you one blanket way of dealing with a behavior, that's not how it happens. Every child is different. I can give you general suggestions, which you can get if you give me a call or set up an appointment with me at bit.ly/chat-create. That's bit.ly/chat-create, and we can help to create a plan where communication and behavior work hand in hand to give you results. The third thing we're going to talk about, excuse me, I have braces, Invisalign. The third thing we're going to speak about is making sure that we have a reward afterwards, that we're rewarding when they're not saying it, that we're rewarding when they're not doing it. So whenever Zachary gets through a day when he's frustrated and he doesn't say the words, shh, you see the beginning of it coming, then I make sure to tell him, good job. I see you actually practicing not saying the word. That's not okay. So we make sure we have a reward. A reward can just be something as simple as good job, high five, way to go, buddy. Something to make them feel real good that they're using alternative ways. You see, part of behavior management and treatment is to give alternative things to do with that part of the body. If they like to hit, what else can they do with their hand that it's okay? Like, it's not okay to hit other students and it's not okay to hit mom, but it's okay if you want to take a punching bag out and release your anger and stress there at certain specific times. Or what else can we do with our hands when we are frustrated? You have a stress ball, you have Play-Doh, you have a ball itself to just bounce up and down. Give alternatives so that they know that using their hands to hit is not an option. Just a suggestion, but of course, like I mentioned, each case is individual. Feel free to drop your concerns right at the bottom here so we can talk about it some more. Or we can always set up that conversation, quick 15-minute conversation, and create a plan for your child with their specific needs. So we have 3 things today that we spoke about. We spoke about making sure we decide what goal we're working on, what exact behavior we're working on. We spoke about being consistent. No matter what you're doing, no matter what goal you're working on, no matter what responses you're going to do, you want to be consistent and you want everyone around you having the same responses. So there's consistency. And the last thing is you want to make sure you rewards. As results, you give rewards. As a result of you not doing it, there's a reward. And reward does not always have to be something tangible like food or money or things. It can be something as a verbal reward, as good job. It could be something as an extra few minutes on the tablet, or it could just be as simply as a wink or a high five. So these are some of the strategies that I'm giving you today, guys. Make sure, right now we have a really cool quiz that we're giving out. It's accessible on my website at dralligriffith.com. That's dralligriffith.com. And it's a cool quiz where you can find out what type of autism parent you are. 6 quick questions. Answer it, follow it up, and we'll see you next week, or we can see you in our Accept Autism Fest or Facebook Acceptance Autism Fest or Autism Acceptance Fest, and I'm not doing this over, Autism Acceptance Fest, which is our group that we share and we give more information about how to handle certain situations. It's our group where we give encouragement, and it's for us, by us, with us. Catch you later. It's Dr. Ali Griffith. I'm your autism parenting specialist, strategist, and expert, helping you with tools, tips, and strategies to modify and manage certain things at home and to get you to your next level of greatness. Take care.